All right, now, so after we finish the payment and after we delete the items from the cart right here, and we go to the success page and everything's fine, there's also something else that we can do in this success function right here, is we can actually unset the price, all right, the value for the price. So if I go right here and if I go session forget price, so this should actually set the price to null or to simply to nothing, the price value, all right, because simply after we pay, the price should get back to zero once again. All right, because after we pay, simply the items are gone or are deleted from the cart. All right, so let's go ahead and save this. There is also something else that we can do, which is actually the main topic of this video, is we need to go ahead and we need to protect the checkout page and the pay page and the success page. So when the user does not have any kind of let's see, any kind of items in the cart right here, we cannot simply allow him to go to the checkout page right away from the link like this. All right, because he does not even have any kind of money or any kind, the price is simply zero, so he cannot check out for nothing basically. We cannot allow him to simply do that, or we cannot even allow him to go to the pay card, which simply displays the PayPal pay button right there, or even to the success to the success page, all right, which simply deletes the items from the cart right here. It simply goes to this function and deletes items from the cart. So if there are no items in the cart, this might like trigger an error or something. So we want to go ahead and we want to prevent that. All right, so what we can go ahead and do, we can actually go ahead and set up a middleware. And if you're not familiar with middlewares, well, basically middlewares are a checkpoint. All right, it enforces like some rules on your function, on your URL, stuff like that. All right, so let's go ahead and create one. So I want to go right here, and I want to go PHP artisan make middleware, and we're gonna name this check for price, something like that. All right, and if I simply click or press enter, all right, so this middleware right now, it will be generated for us. If you go ahead to HTTP and if you go to middleware, so you will see your middleware right over here, check for price, like that. All right, and there is simply the function that will be triggered once we use this middleware. You will find it with the name handler, a handle right there. And I want you to go ahead and open up the resources section for this project. You will find the code for this right there, which is simply the logic that we are going to use for this middleware. All right, so if we go right there, of course we will customize this. So basically the logic is, if somebody tries to access any kind of URL, we should actually perform some kind of action. So if the user tries to access the URL of, simply if we go right there, the URL of the checkout right there, which is this URL, let's copy this and paste like that, or we copy this, or this right there, this URL, sorry, it's basically the same, or this URL right there, or we go down, if we copy this once more, if simply the URL of the success page, we should go ahead and we should actually check for something. All right, so we just need to remove this. All right, so if he tries to access any one of those URLs right there, we should go ahead and check if the price is 0 or not. So we're gonna go right there, session get price. So if the price is if this price right there is actually equal to 0, we should go ahead and we should return a port, and we will just pass in 403, which will give him to a prevent page, something like that, or you will see simply what's gonna go down. All right, so this is how our logic. So again, if he tries to access any one of those URLs right there, which they are else which they are else that I don't want him to access, if the user is 0, we're gonna go ahead, if the price is 0, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna check for the price. So if the price right there is actually 0, as you can see, if the price is right there is 0, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna port the page like that. All right, so save this, and I want to go ahead and I want to go use session right there. Save this in order to actually use this keyword session or this class name, but that's not everything. Actually, we want to go ahead to the kernel.php, which is in the HTTP folder, and we want to register this middleware. So you want to go to middleware aliases like right there in this array, and we want to copy one of those, and you want to go ahead to the middlewares. Once again, we want to copy the name of this, and the name of this middleware, and we're gonna give it an alias, and this alias will be something like check for dot price, something like that. All right, so save this whole thing. Let me now go ahead and let me use this middleware. So just copy this, and let me go to web.php, and let me go right after the name. So we will use it for only those 4 URLs. All right, so we want to go right there, middleware, like that, and you want to paste this in. All right, so we want to copy this, and we want to go also for those 3 URLs, and you want to paste this in like that. All right, so let me copy this. Feel like that I copied something that I shouldn't be copying, so let me copy this, and let me press Alt. All right, and let me paste like that. All right, so now it's looking fine, it's looking great. Let me now, again, you need to put this on the products checkout, those 2 links right there, and the product/pay and the product/success. All right, so as you can see right over here, there is our middleware. Let's now save this, and let's see what's gonna go down. All right, so since we refreshed, it's simply giving us forbidden for the pay page right there. Let's try and access the success. It should also give us forbidden like that, and if we try to access the checkout page, it should give us forbidden like that. And that's of course because the cart is empty and the price is simply 0, as we see it right there in our middleware. All right, so let's now go ahead and try to add some items to this right here. So I want to go to /home like that, and let's see if we're gonna go to the checkout or not. If we are gonna be able to perform our let's see, to perform our functionality if we click on this, for example. All right, and if we go add the cart like that. All right, so now it's added to the cart. If we click like that, so there is the cart. All right, so there we go, there is actually our cart right there. Let's now go ahead and click proceed to checkout. All right, so as you can see, we're actually in the checkout right here. If we go down at the bottom, there you go, there is actually the price of the only item that we added to the cart, which is $6, and there is the user ID. I think that this is a good time to actually go ahead and remove them. So sorry, not remove them, to make them hidden. So I want to go to checkout.blade, and I want to go down at the bottom. So yeah, they're basically right there. So this is hidden, and this will also be hidden. Save. Now this will actually refresh. All right, so there we go. Now let's go ahead to the name. let me enter the data right away. So there is the address. Let's paste like that. So the town, I'm just gonna enter a town like that, and the postcard, sorry, not the postcard, the postcode, and the phone is right there, and the email is email@gmail.com. And if we click place an order, we should go to the pay right there. All right, so there is the pay. If we actually go to orders, we should see our last order. All right, so let's go right there. This might be like different for you, the number of records, because I did like I did some orders off camera. All right, but if you look at the price, you will see that it's $6. And if you look at the status, it's processing, and the user ID is right there. So yeah, this is working perfectly. If we click on pay or PayPal right there, all right, so now it's telling me to simply go ahead and enter my password. So if I go to this, and if I pick up my password, of course, for the personal account or for the buyer account, if I go ahead and log in, I should see actually the $6 that and I should get charged. So yeah, there is $6, as you can see. I can simply just click complete purchase. All right, so now we're going to the success page. We go ahead simply to the cart right now. The cart should be empty. All right, so there is the cart right there. The cart is completely empty. If we try once again and go ahead to the checkout page, for example, as you can see, forbidden. So that means that the price, since we went to the success page, we will trigger this function right there, and that means that that the price will get back as 0 again, or it will be nothing. Basically, there is no price right now. All right, unless we go ahead and add and add some products to the cart, and then click on the checkout button right here, and it simply goes on. So yeah, this is it for this video. I guess that we finished everything about the cart, the checkout, and the payment, and all of that. So this will be it for this one, and I will see you in the next video.